What's up? Welcome back to Jet Tech. So Apple just had their big annual event and they released a few pretty cool things. But before we get into that, let's talk about the few things that they did not release that we were hoping we would get. So we didn't see that 120Hz refresh rate ProMotion display that people were looking for and was rumored to get in this year's iPhone lineup. If not on the 12, people were hoping at least the 12 Pros. But maybe we'll get that next year. Cross your fingers. I know for me personally, I don't mind that 60Hz refresh rate. Also, the AirPods Studio did not come this year. Those are the over-ear headphones that are supposed to come out. They are rumored to come out later this year, so looking forward to that. So they started off the Apple event by announcing the HomePod Mini, which is basically just a smaller version of the HomePod, but it starts at just $99, which is insane. It's going to be selling off the shelves like crazy. It is also supposed to be smarter than the HomePod because it has the S5 chip in it. So this is going to be more of a home assistant than just producing good sound like the HomePod did. But it does produce really good sound. So sound and assistant combined makes a great speaker in my opinion. Now, it will support third-party apps coming soon like iHeartRadio, Pandora, and others. Shortly after announcing the HomePod Mini, they started talking about the iPhone 12. Now, all of the new iPhones have a new design and color. The design is more of a boxy design, kind of like the new iPad Pros and the older iPhone 4s or 5s. I just think it looks great. Now, the iPhone 12 has this new deep blue color, which looks amazing. So, the iPhone 12 is smaller than the 11, but the same size screen, which is great that they can pack all that into a smaller body. All of the new iPhones have this new thing called MagSafe, which was predicted that we would see. It's these small magnets all around the back of the iPhone in a circle, which is used for charging and accessories like cases. Belkin is working on a few like car mounts and charging docks using the MagSafe. So surprisingly, the iPhone 12s get the Super Retina XDR display and an OLED panel, which was normally saved for the Pro models, but this year we get them on the Pros and the normal iPhones as well. They also have IP68 rating for 6 meters up to 30 minutes, which is crazy. It's just getting more and more waterproof every year. It also has the A14 chip, which is the fastest chip in a smartphone ever. They also talked about the new ceramic shield front, which is on the 12s and the 12 Pros. And what it is it's made out of crystals. So crystals are grown on the top of the screen. And it is 4 times better drop performance. So as they showed in the trailer, they were like throwing it around the car and stuff, and it was fine. So that most likely will be. I mean, the 11 Pros were already really durable, and so now that's just getting even better than Gorilla Glass. It also has 1200 nits max brightness with some HDR content, which is insane that your phone can get that bright. It's just getting better and better. We also get HDR video recording with Dolby Vision up to 30 FPS on the iPhone 12 and up to 60 frames per second on the iPhone 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max, which is crazy. You can record in real time Dolby HDR Vision on your iPhone now. They have also improved night mode on the 12 and 12 Pro. You have night mode on both cameras, the wide and ultra wide, and you have night mode on the front camera, and now we even have night mode on time lapse. Now, to the fun of the party, iPhone announced 5G on all of the iPhone models. Now, we were not expecting this. We were thinking we would get 5G on the iPhone 12 Pro Max and possibly the iPhone 12 Pro, but no, they took it a step further and they put 5G on all of the models. Now, this is only supported in the US, but it still has 5G, which is crazy. They also announced a smart data mode, which will automatically switch between 4G LTE and 5G to help you save data. After Apple announced the iPhone 12, they dramatically introduced us to the iPhone 12 mini. Now, this has a 5.4-inch display. Did you hear me? 5.4-inch display. Now, this is really small, but it does have a bigger screen than the iPhone SE second generation. Now, we all know the iPhone SE second generation was pretty small. Apple's not going to be going back to that design for a while. But it's amazing to see that we have that small of a body and screen size in 2020. The 12 mini will be starting at just $699 and the 12 starting at $799. After announcing the 12 mini, they introduced the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max. Now the 12 Pro has a 6.1 inch display, which is the same as the 12, but it's bigger than the 11, which only had a 5.8 inch display. So it's pretty cool. And they introduced a new gorgeous stainless steel design with new colors like the Pacific Blue and Graphite, which is replacing Space Gray. And I have to say, the gold looks amazing. They were really trying to show off that gold at the Apple event. And they also have the traditional silver, which also looks pretty cool. Now, the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max have a new LiDAR scanner, which we saw in the previous iPad Pro, which is used for AR and improved photos. This year, the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max actually have a few differences, which isn't normal. Normally, the Pros would not have very many differences between the smaller and the bigger version. The size would be pretty much the only difference. But now, there are actually a couple differences between them. The 12 Pro Max has a huge 6.7 inch display, which is bigger than the 11 Pro Max. The 11 Pro Max only had a 6.5 inch display. Now, the 12 Pro Max has a 5 times optical zoom versus the 12 Pro with only 4 times optical zoom. It also has better battery life than the 12 Pro, as per usual, and they both start with 128 gigs. Finally, we have been waiting so long for that. Other smartphones have it, and now you have it on the iPhone 12 Pros. Now, the iPhone 12 Pro Max has a telephoto f-stop of 2.2 versus the 12 Pro with a 2.0 aperture. And it has a 2.5 optical zoom in versus the Pro with a 2 times zoom. Now, I don't know if that's going to matter to you. It's only 0.5 optical zoom difference, but, some people might like that. It also has a digital zoom up to 12 times versus the 12 Pro with a 10x digital zoom. They also introduced something cool called sensor shift optical image stabilization. Now, we have had optical image stabilization with the other models before of iPhones, but now it is just way cooler. The 12 Pro Max can stay steady much more. Now let's talk about prices. The 12 Pro starts at $999 and the 12 Pro Max starts at $1099 as per usual. And we still have the XR at $499 and the 11 at $599, which is really surprising that Apple decided to keep the XR on the line. This is normally when they would drop that XR off. But that's pretty cool that they kept it for people that don't want to spend a ton of money, but they still want a newer looking device, one without a big old home button and the bezels. So that's pretty cool. Now, the 12 and 12 Pro, you can pre-order October 16th and it's available the 23rd. The 12 mini and the 12 Pro Max, you can pre-order November 6th and it's available the 13th. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and you can comment down below if you have any questions or comments. If you did not see the Apple event, you probably should, so I'll leave a link in the description down below for the Apple event highlights. Peace.